As husband, you will be responsible for everything in your house. Everything. Everything. Don't share payment of bills with your wife. Don't say to her, go and pay electricity bill and pay gas, I will pay. You will put down, I said, a housekeeping allowance. It may not be enough, but make it constant and regular. So, my wife knows that it doesn't matter where we are. On the 26th of every month, she will get an alert.
Marriage is the most consequential financial and relational decision we ever make. And people, they're a little weirded out by this rule. They go, what does this have to do with money? I go, what do you mean? The partner you choose will affect where you live, what you spend on a day-to-day basis, what type of house you buy if you do, how often you travel, the values if you have children that you pass down to kids. Of course it's important. And so these are conversations that if you are starting to date, it's a great time. There's natural moments in the dating process or even the relationship process where you can bring up money. So it's like the first time you take a vacation together, you go, hey, just want to, this is on my mind. I'd love to just like put it out on the table. Love that you invited me on this trip. I'm so excited to go. I'm just curious, how were you thinking about paying for the trip? Who in your mind pays for it? How would you see us splitting this? That's a great way to bring it up, and you learn a lot about your partner. There are questions you can naturally ask. How were you raised with money? What do you remember your parents telling you? Here's what I remember about my parents. Genuine curiosity. It also tells you a lot about your partner. And then there's a few other natural moments in a relationship where it just makes perfect sense to talk about money. When you get engaged, when you get married, if and when you move in together pre or post marriage, if and when you have children, there are these natural moments where you get the gift of being able to talk about money.
A financial planner taught this to me, and it changed everything for me. Every married couple should have 4 bank accounts. You should have a joint bank account. Out of that account, you pay all the household expenses and bills. After that's paid, you decide which percentage of that money should go into a savings account. In that savings account, it must require both of your signatures to move the money. Then you have a personal account and he has a personal account. He's not allowed to tell you what to do with your personal money. You're not allowed to tell him what to do with his personal money. Because even though you're married and you're a union, you still have to maintain some form of individuality so you can feel like a human being,
And here's what we found. Couples who combine bank accounts are happier and they make more progress on their wealth building journey. Budgeting in marriage is not a one-person job. Like putting fitted sheets on a king-size bed. It's just not meant for one person to do alone. You're on the same team, you share the same bed, start spending like it. That's all I'm asking you to do. And it's a lot easier to reach your goals when you're pulling from that same pool of money.
Couples that combine their money and work together towards a goal have a huge increase in probability of actually hitting that goal. That goal being getting a house, building wealth, having a real solid nest egg, all of those things. How long have you been married?
2 years.
Okay. His kid's car, your kid's car, they're still separate discussions. You're still living 2 separate lives. Trying to do it as 2 separate individuals acting as roommates, it very seldom occurs. And so we have 2 kids with cars we got to clean up, and then we have my student loan debt that we need to clean up so we can buy a house.
If we can sleep in the same bed together, we can have the same bank account. My husband is here somewhere. I told somebody the other day, they were like, hey, do you and Sam share, a bank account? Do you do everything the same? I said, oh, absolutely we do. They were like, really? I said, yes. I said, let me tell you something. If Sam Warshaw ever came home and he was like, Jade, listen, you have the babies and I'll have the bank account, y'all wouldn't see Sam anymore, all right? Like, he would be on the moon. People would be like, where's Sam? I'm like, it's a missing persons. He's unsolved mysteries. Like, nobody know where he... My point is, it is a we thing. It is not a me or you or I thing, okay? It's our money, right? Dave says it all the time. Our money, our bills. It's not his money, his paycheck, her paycheck, right?
My money was my money. My husband's money was our money. The greatest financial investment you can make is not in Bitcoin. Many of you know that now. is in financial partnership with God. Have you partnered with God concerning your finances? Do you trust God enough to get God in on your money? Let me tell you, one of the biggest battlegrounds in marriage is finances. Until you settle the money issue, you've not settled your marriage. As long as your money is your money, you will not have peace in that marriage. When we first got married, my money was my money, and my husband's money was our money. But you know, my husband has a very keen sense of justice. Keen. So when we first got married, I wasn't working. He was the one working. So there was no issue. Then when I got my first job, first paycheck, I said, I just went to VW. I'm buying my car. He said, oh, really? Okay. So we got home. He said, is your car? I said, yeah. From what money? I said, from my money. He said, what money is? I said, my salary. He said, it's your salary. I was thinking, is that a trick question? Of course it's my money. Who went to the office and worked for this money? So he said, we have a very simple way we can work this. Your money can be your money and my money can be my money. Or all the money can be our money. So I thought of it well and I said, this man's money is more than my money. As this man's money is more than my money, the wise way is for this money to be our money. So let me ask you, between you and God, is it your money or our money? Who has more money?